Dear Boomers, here we are, my little Maso and I. And today I want to tell you about a workshop I took yesterday with Bruce Fertman and Michael Gelb, which they've written the book called Walking Well. And it was a very interesting and wonderful seminar, about 3 hours. And we discussed walking in terms of allowing the walk to basically walk you. That's the way I see it. We think of walking in terms of putting one foot in front of the other in great determination to get to our destination. But in reality, walking is a spiritual practice that doesn't need to be a form of getting anywhere, really. We walk everywhere. We walk in our home. We walk in our, in our parks. And this is a park I used to frequent often called the Lancaster. Well, it actually is right next to the Lancaster County Park. It is an absolutely beautiful place. So I learned quite a few things from this wonderful seminar. I learned how to walk. We walked around we were given instructions by Bruce himself. And as we walked, before we walked, he showed us a picture of a hippopotamus and actually a video of a hippopotamus, a baby, running, almost with complete abandon. And the feet were just really focused and floppy and not necessarily deliberate, but those feet were so adorable. And then they showed us pictures of bears. The bear does stand upright. The hippopotamus does not. And the bear can teach us a lot about walking, and as can any animal with a tail. So we can visualize a dinosaur as the dinosaur walks, and you can visualize walking like a dinosaur and swishing your tail. And as you swish your tail, you are gaining balance with your gait. So we practiced swishing our tails and pretending to be dinosaurs. And of course, all of our young children love dinosaurs above all else. I can't really look at and pretend to be a dog with a tail like Maso, because he has a crooked tail, which has most recently started to straighten out. So we walked and we visualized our ankles loosening up. We visualized our feet being loose. We visualized one foot in front of the other, and the back foot is what we can concentrate on to glide us forward into a meditative state, really. Walking, anytime you walk, it elevates your consciousness, which is another thing that the first thing we did was we got up after about a half an hour to 40 minutes. We walked outside for a little bit, and the idea was to measure our mood, because our mood improves with walking. And then Michael took us into a standing meditation. He says he hates to sit. And so he has all kinds of ways of meditating that have to do with Qigong and Tai Chi and the Chinese ways of doing self-defense, which is just a matter of turning inwardly and throwing your power within instead of outside. So standing meditation is just merely standing and taking in the beautiful colors of autumn. We stand and we look at all of the beautiful fallen leaves. We breathe the leaves that are everywhere around us, and we smell and whatever I hear. Well, actually, there's a new pickleball court nearby, so I hear the sound of pickleballs going back and forth. And the park is relatively quiet except for the pickleball court. And but the point is that walking in nature, no matter what the temperature, no matter what is going on outside, we walk and we breathe and we take in what we smell and what we hear. And we take in as the feet touch the earth. And that is a grounding exercise. The grounding of our feet upon the earth, I suppose, even with shoes, is one of the most wonderful things. And they did bring up the Amish culture as how they are extremely in tune with walking. They walk everywhere except for their horse and buggy. And contrary to what people think, they love their horses. So, the Amish I worked with extensively for a period of my nursing career. Very gentle people. They walk everywhere in bare feet. I remember talking to Bruce before about his book called Walking Well, and I don't really believe he knew a few things about the Amish. He said his favorite movie yesterday is Witness, which was filmed in Lancaster County. The Amish community is very, very in tune with each other. They'll do anything to help you. There's the old barn raising stories, which are very, very important. But let us get back to how, I don't think he knew, as a matter of fact, that the Amish walk everywhere in their bare feet. So walking on the earth in your bare feet, even though this was not mentioned yesterday, is a grounding exercise. And grounding is something we can get in tune with. We touch the earth, we sway and we swing, and we capture joyful moments through the power of the walk. And that's how we walk well. So we're going to walk to this tree, and as we walk, we take in the autumn. This is autumn in central Pennsylvania. Autumn in central Pennsylvania, one of the most beautiful places on earth. And I feel the earth under my feet. I noticed that Masso has never been at this park before, and he is thrilled to be here. I guess we'll have to come back. And then we go to Lancaster Central Park right across the road, and that is very beautiful too. In fact, there's a place there that allowed dogs to walk without a lead. And that is awesome. He likes it, except I'm always afraid he's going to fall over the bank. So one of the things we did talk about was how walking with this kind of idea in mind, which is walking with intention, walking with love for the earth, and actually loving the walk itself, and the standing meditation in particular helps us to prevent falls as we get older. As I might have mentioned, I went to a funeral recently and was sitting with some women in their 80s and 90s, and because they were very wealthy, one of the things they're not afraid of is going to a poorhouse because of lack of money. But what they are afraid of is falling. They're afraid of falling. So I think, well, anyway, they did say, that would be Bruce and Michael, did say that they're considering having a certification course on walking well. And I think I would like to take that course. And wherever I am, I can help people with the power of the walk. Preventing falling is something I need to concentrate on as I go forward. And as I learn, I will teach. Teach what it is you want to know. Teach what it is you want to learn. And I'm unexpectedly at this park today, or else I would have talked more about the book. but I can talk about that in future videos. The idea is that walking well is and you don't need anything to walk well. You learn to walk well. You learn to walk like an animal with a tail. You learn to walk with your dogs, and you take in the beautiful, crisp autumn air, and you learn to love the planet, and you learn to be here now. Love to all, more to come.